Okay, we're joined in the interview room now by BYU head coach Jeff Judkins, as well as student athletes Sarah Hampson and Paisley Johnson. Coach, opening comment about the game this evening.
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Pepperdine. I thought they played a really good game, and at the end, they made the plays, and we came down and didn't make our plays offensively or defensively when we needed to, and you got to give them a lot of credit. And you know, I'm proud of my team. My team didn't play their best tonight, but they didn't give up and they fought, and we had our chances. If we could have just got over the hump, I'd probably be a lot happier than I am right now. But I'm really proud of them. I think they tried maybe a little bit too hard when we needed to try to execute down the end.
Questions? Jeff.
Paisley, can you talk a little bit about why it was so hard for you guys to get over that hump? And you seem like all night you're playing from behind. How difficult was it to just maybe grab that lead and keep it?
I think it was just a difficult night all around on the defensive side, off the offensive side, and it was a type of game that we're gonna have to really, really work together. And there were some times where it looked really good, and sometimes where it wasn't as unified as you would hope. So that's one thing that I think that got us kind of in a slump and in like a hole. But continually fighting was something that we had to do, and I think we did continue to fight, but they just played great. They shot really well. They spaced us out on defense, and they were just able to get some buckets pretty quickly. So.
And Sarah, how was Pepperdine able to control the boards and out-rebound you guys tonight?
They found the gaps. They worked really hard to box us out. They got us running out on shots, and I don't know, the effort was there on there.
Coach, it seems like Pepperdine was really physical with your team. How would you assess how you guys were able to kind of answer that, their physicality?
Well, I think they guard our posts really, like you said, pushing and try not to let them get position. They were very aggressive of busting through screens. They switched a lot with our guards. They didn't want Paisley to come off the screen and be open, so they switched a lot. The rebounding situation is kind of misleading. When you don't shoot the ball as well, a team's going to get more defensive rebounds and they're going to beat you. I thought tonight we were all right. We made some mistakes on rebounding, but for the most part, a wise man told me, recruit it. Go find somebody who can rebound better, get somebody in there, which I got to try to do, because when Sarah leaves the basket, it opens it up for a lot of other people. And we had to zone a lot tonight because we couldn't guard their pick and roll. We had a really hard time with that tonight, and something we got to really work on.
How did Maria's injury maybe affect the game or your team or anything like that? Did it have an impact?
Well, personally, I thought Smither played pretty good today. She was really active in the zone, and her length was probably a big key why her zone was pretty effective. The negative part of it is Brenna has to bring the ball up and has to set everything up, and so it kind of gets her out of rhythm of what she's trying to do offensively. Like, we have certain plays that are for Paisley and Brenna, and when Brenna plays the point, then you have one option, it's Paisley. And so that affected us a little bit, but for the most part, I really thought Smither played pretty good for us.
Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff Ferrato of the West Coast Conference. Coach, I wonder if you can just assess what you've seen from Pepperdine and the progress they've made since you played them way back when, and then recently, and then again today.
Well, the biggest difference at Pepperdine is number 11 is hitting three-pointers and hitting shots and spreading you out. And then their point guard, she's good. I'm glad she's graduating. She's a good player. She hits big shots, makes big plays. So it's hard. You're trying to guard them outside, and they hit those shots, and you run out on them, and they drive by you. That's what makes it difficult. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to have a little bit where I can switch a little more, do some things like that. But you got to give them a lot of credit. They seem to buy into that system pretty good right now.
Anything else? Oh, one more, Jeff back here.
Coach, how would you sum up the season, the way it's gone, and maybe look ahead a little bit to the future?
Well, Jeff, you know, it's been a hard season, but it's been a season that's been very rewarding. I've seen a lot of players develop and get better. The two that are sitting next to me had to change their roles completely from last year to this year. Both of them, I thought, did an outstanding job with that. Paisley had to look to score more and be more aggressive and trying to get her shot and create more. Sarah had to try to score offensively through rebounding, post up, and then, of course, defensively, she had to change a lot of things from the last year. She had to go out and close out to people, and I really think both of them did a great job of that, and it'll help us for next year big time because, you know, we got a pretty good player coming back next year that can create and help with Paisley's experience this year, you know, make Paisley a lot better player, and we're going to keep working with Sarah to get her to score and get Babalu and get some of our younger kids to be a little more confident. We could have a real special team, I think, next year.
Anything else? Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.